you guys, and welcome back to the vlog. So today we have a few different things to do for the camper van, but before we do that, I have to show you this thing that I saw on the internet regarding a car that I was this close to purchasing. So I found this Toyota Yaris online. It looks clean from just the surface. The photos are nice. It's kind of expensive for a Yaris, $5,950, but in today's car market, I was willing to pay $5,300, which the seller accepted. Now, one thing I always talk about is the importance of getting a carfax whenever you are buying a car, not only for Turo, but just in general. It's always a good idea to get a carfax, so that is exactly what we did. We bought the carfax. The owner of the car did tell us that the title was clean, but you can never take their word for it, and this is the result of the carfax. When looking at the carfax, it came back branded. It had 3 owners, and then if you scroll down, you can really see the damage that this car had. 2 major accidents with 2 owners. You can see that it was salvaged first in 2016, significant total loss accident in 2017, another accident later on in 2017. The salvage title was reissued. And then if we scroll down, it had another major accident in 2020. It is just so incredibly important to buy the carfax, because if you don't spend the money to buy the carfax, then you will inevitably at some point get screwed and lose thousands of dollars, especially on platforms like Turo, where a salvage title car is against the terms of service, and thus your insurance would be denied.
So now the plan is we're gonna go take a look at some cabinets for the camper van, measure them out, and hopefully place our order.
The holy grail of affordable furniture, Ikea. Now, for what we found, Ikea actually isn't like a really normal choice for vans, but people have done it. Ikea does have a cheap reputation, but we actually redid our kitchen with Ikea cabinets, and I thought that they came out really, really well. They are super durable, they look good, and they were affordable, all things considered. And HP and I have been doing a lot of research on Ikea cabinets for vans, and it looks as though if you add some extra supports to it, like construction grade glue and things like that, it should be able to withhold the pressure or withstand the pressure of van life. Okay, this is the green that we are considering. I think it actually looks pretty good in person.
I like it.
This is the grayish greenish color.
Gray green? I'd say it's green gray.
This was another color we were considering. I don't know how I feel about it. What do you think?
Not a fan.
Okay, well then that's a no. And this is what we've been looking for. Okay, and the green and the blue are side by side.
Oh.
These are the 2 choices we are considering.
Ooh.
Okay, what do you think?
And almost like this better because it's outdoorsy. Torn.
All right, so Ikea was quite the bust. So before we actually went to Ikea, I actually priced out everything of what I thought it would be. The plan was to get those blue cabinets that we showed earlier. They look like this. And whenever I had priced that out, I had prepared in my mind to pay about $800, which for the cabinets and the countertops and the upper cabinets, I think is fine and I can justify.
But keeping our budget in mind and making sure that these cabinets are well finished out, both on the sides, the tops, and the bottoms, it got a little pricey, and we're talking in terms of $1,539 with the pricey. We have a budget that we're trying to keep, which it will fit in budget if we got it, but we also have to think to ourselves, could we be spending that money differently?
So then we talked to the guy, and originally it was $2,000. Then we changed some of the drawers to have
Doors
instead of drawers, and that brought down the price to $500. Then we changed the color from blue to white, and that brought the price down, I don't know if you can see it, to $800. But the problem is we're sacrificing what we want with the cabinets to save money whenever we could just potentially go the route of Home Depot and get what we want and the color we want and the countertop for like the same price of like $800.
Absolutely. And Aubrey kind of brought up a point too. They might be a little bit heavier and we will have to do a little extra work, but in the grand scheme of things, the van is a passenger van. It's rated to have about, a total of 15 passengers, if I'm not mistaken, with all the seats bracketing. Weight isn't an issue, so might as well make it our own.
So the new plan is we're going to go to Home Depot. We already know the exact sizes we need, so we're going to go to Home Depot. We're going to look at some cabinets, and then we'll probably just order cabinets from Home Depot tonight and go the route of Home Depot, and then HP will just paint the cabinets instead. This is disappointing because I really felt like the Ikea ones would work, but it doesn't make sense. And on top of that, there was a 2 to 3 month delay on the cabinet we wanted. So we were paying $1,500 for a cabinet that wasn't even guaranteed to get here within the 6 weeks, which isn't a huge deal. Like, I don't want to sacrifice on what we want for the sake of meeting this 6 week time frame. But 2 to 3 months is crazy. Like, that puts us at August or September. And so...
Yeah, and he said with 2 to 3 months being the best case scenario. So
yeah, so... we gotta go to Home Depot now. Unfortunately, Ikea did not work out, but lessons learned. If you're looking for a budget, Ikea probably is not the place for you.
Or for your camper van, at least.
Okay, so now it is the next day, and last night we ended up leaving Ikea and we didn't end up ordering, but we did end up going onto HomeDepot.com this morning, and we were actually able to find exactly what we needed. So here is the Ikea kind of rundown that we were given. So for 3 base cabinets, so these are like the cabinets that are going to be on the floor, 3 of them, and 2 upper cabinets that are going to be like overhead storage. That price was $1,539. It originally, what context was it where it was $2,000?
That was like full trimmings and drawers and everything.
Okay, so this was already like a compromised design. This was where we just had doors instead of drawers, like the trim wasn't there, so there was a chance that it would potentially look incomplete. Like for a full-fledged, the correct cabinets and stuff that we wanted, it would have been closer to $2,000, $2,100. This was like a compromised layout that we came up with Ikea, but it was in the color we wanted, which was $1,539. And then for plain white ones that are like glossy laminate, and that outline is right here, this was $840, which is better. Like, I don't really have a problem spending $840 on cabinets. The problem is spending $840 on compromised cabinets, which aren't really what we wanted. And the Ikea guy wasn't super confident in the ability to paint Ikea cabinets in general. And so with these white ones, HP would have then had to go back and paint them, and it was like a 50-50 shot if it would have even turned out. So this morning, we got a pretty good alternative, and we ended up buying the entire set of cabinets as well as the countertop from Home Depot. We purchased 3 base cabinets, a countertop, as well as 2 upper cabinets, and the total price for this came out to $742.57. The big upside also is that with this Ikea cabinet set, it was a 2 to 3 month deadline of like when it could possibly be in, but it could be longer than that. And with this Home Depot one, half of the order is already there, is already ready to pick up, and we'll be picking that up here shortly. And the other half of the order will be here within 2 to 3 weeks. So you can sort of see what we went with. We went with smaller upper cabinets. We got 2 of these. We got 1 of these 24-inch bottom cabinets, a 30-inch bottom cabinet, and then we also got a 36-inch cabinet and a hardwood top. Now this top will be used for all of the cabinets. It's perfect size. We will just simply have to cut it. Now we will have to paint these, which is I think kind of a positive, because the color that we were going to get on the Ikea cabinets were kind of settling. It wasn't the exact color that we wanted, so now we can get the exact color that we want, and HP can paint it, and he's very good at painting this type of stuff, so I am excited about that. We will also still need to get knobs and some stuff for the cabinets, but for the most part, that will just be small costs here and there. Another really big purchase that is coming up, I would say probably significantly bigger than these cabinets, is the electrical, which HP is actually currently behind me planning out as we speak. As you guys know, we already have the solar panels installed, but there's quite a lot more that goes into the electrical system other than solar panels. And so that is what HP is trying to figure out right now. And then once we have that figured out, we will place that order. And we will, of course, give you guys an update on what we ordered and how much it cost. So once the cabinets had been resolved and we got those orders, it was time to move on to the windows of the van. Now HP can be seen here installing a DIY tent to the van. We bought the tent on eBay for about $50 for a roll, and we are only installing tent on 2 of the windows, the front 2. And one of them is only going to be partial tent, and we are just tenting a portion of the window. So what HP did was he installed the tent to the outside of the window where he cut it down to size, he figured out how much he needed, and then once he got the right size, he moved the tent to the inside and he installed it to the interior of the van. From there, he worked out all of the water spots, all of the bubbles, all of the wrinkles, and we were good to go. In a moment, you'll see HP move to the back of the van where he is installing Plasti-Dip, which is a rubberized paint. We decided to go this route on the back of the van windows because we're not going to be looking outside of those windows. They're actually going to be covered in by wood, but we didn't want people to be able to look inside of the van and see that it is obviously a camper van. We wanted to keep it as discreet as possible, and we decided that Plasti-Dip was a really great route to do this. The great thing about this is that it is 100% removable. So now that we've gotten the windows done, the next step is to finish the framing. So we got a lot of the framing already done, but we kind of decided to change some stuff up, and so we're gonna change up the framing a bit. We're gonna take those bottom ones down and replace them with 2 that are going all the way across. But we recently added a new tool to our tool arsenal that HP is pretty excited about. So we were having a lot of issues drilling this wood into the metal, and so HP came up with a pretty genius solution for that.
So this is called a rib nut gun, where you pretty much, if you have an empty hole like this, you have nothing to screw it into. Now what we were doing was using these self-tapping screws that are able to drill their way in there, but the problem we're having is that some of this wood is too thick and it's getting very hard to drill in. So this is a solution. Instead of having to try to drill through it, we can just put these little rib nuts. So as you can see, they're threaded on one side. You put it on this handy dandy little tool just like so. Once we thread it flush, we just put it where we want it. We just put it where we want to put it, like this. Go ahead and give it one good pump like that. And then, oh, actually let's go a little tighter than that. Right about there.
So then it goes in like this, and then you just have to screw it in. So the entire issue of drilling into the metal is now not even an issue.
Now all we have to do is drill through the wood, and then we can screw it in. Once our board is here, we have a washer to keep it from going up.
So now that we got this tool, we're gonna try to finish the framing, or at least get close to finishing. Alright, so as we stand right now, we have the framing basically done. By the beginning of next week's episode, the framing will be done. We ordered our cabinets, but we haven't picked any of them up yet, so we don't know what they look like. And then HP also finished the tenting of the vehicle as well, and the Plasti-Dipping of the windows.
So next step is start putting down some furniture. So we're going to start getting the framing of our bed done. That way we have a bed platform, which will also be a bit of a garage area too. And then we're also going to be getting our cabinets in so we can start placing those down and getting ready for flooring. And we also ordered the rest of our electrical stuff that is going to connect to our solar panels. That way we'll have in-house battery and we don't have to worry about having the vehicle running or even plugging in the side of the van.
So HP went through over the last week and learned really everything that needs to be included into the electrical. We ordered a bunch of stuff. It was way more expensive than I was anticipating. That's probably going to be a standalone video because I don't even really know what we ordered. It's purely his thing, and so that will have to be a standalone video, but that will be coming soon as well. So there's a lot coming in the next couple of weeks, you guys. Like always, I appreciate you checking out the channel. If you have any questions, comments, or if you have anything to add about the van build, we would love to hear it. So make sure to leave a comment down below, and in the meantime, make sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and we will see you guys in the next video.